Alright guys, we're back here where we've been catching the beaver the last few days. I think we're at number 5 out of here. We've got the two adult beavers and then I guess 3 juveniles out of here, so we'll see if there's any left. We've got any catches this morning. This is that first dam. We've got the drowning rod piece of rebar on. Basically all it is a 10-foot piece of rebar, and it's got a locking mechanism called a drowning lock on it, and you can buy those at any trap supply store or carry them, or you can make your own. That's what I did. I just made my own. But get here, don't see our stick sticking out of the water, and our trap's going again. And we got another one. So this is one of her 1-year-old beaver. So we're starting to thin this colony down. Basically, guys, kind of show you how I set this up. I mean, right here we've got this, and I haven't made a break in any of these dams. These are all just the natural crossovers that the beavers have been using. And all I've done is come right here in front of it, probably about, I don't know, 2 foot from the edge, and it's going to vary by your location, how the dam sets. But well, the beaver's basically swimming up here, and then he's going to put his feet down and get his balance to go over that crossing. As the water goes down, the dirt will be showing, so they have to come up on the dry land, cross it, and then go back into the water. And basically all I'm doing is, you can't see it because it's underwater, but right here is the edge of that dam. That's where it starts to fall back down. And when I first come in here and set these up, all I do is come in here and I pack that mud down where I want my trap to be, so it's not silty, it's not soft. I've got a pretty firm bottom in front of it. And that's basically just the edge of my trap is probably sitting right on the edge of where that dam starts to fall off into the deeper water. And so basically all that is, here's my homemade mechanism I was talking about earlier, my drowning rod. All I've done is taken a piece of tubing, cut it down into small pieces where it'd slide over my rebar. Then I just welded on another piece of metal and drilled a hole for my lock. And basically what happens is that we get that set, we get that beaver caught in this trap, and he takes off for deeper water, slides down it, but when he gets to the bottom, it's shoved down in the mud, and he can't, that mechanism won't allow him to come back up for air, and therefore he drowns. So basically on my rebar, all I've got is a washer welded up here, and that's for my stake to stake it in the ground. I've also used older trap swivels that I don't use anymore on my traps. You can weld the box on that trap swivel up here, and that works just as well. On the bottom of this rebar, all I've done is put a little tack on it with my welder, and tack that so that slide can't go past that point. If you had another washer, you could weld another washer on here. Just anything to stop that trap from sliding off the end of your rod, because sometimes they will pull it up out of the mud. So we'll get this thing set back. Basically we're just going to shove that end down into the mud as far as we can. And we're just gonna lay that slide back down, stake it, reset our trap. And again, I'm just setting it in the water. I'm setting it long ways, so as the beaver comes around, you can step on it. The traps are going to close around his foot versus this way. He's gonna step on it, and those jaws coming up, if we get him by a front foot, they could throw that front foot out of the trap and have a miss. So, like I said, we're just gonna take and set that right back down here, right in front of that, right at the front edge of that dam where the water first starts to go up and over it. And we're just gonna get it set securely back down in the mud. And again, you want these as secure as you can get them, where they don't move around just a whole lot. So when he puts his foot down, it's a solid catch. Well, there we go. We'll get down here and check the rest of the traps. All right, here's the top of this drowner. I was talking about using one of my trap swivel, the boxes on it. This is what I was talking about here. Instead of a washer, I've welded that on there, and it's worked fine for me. And I see another beaver, another one of her 2-year-olds. She had a big litter year before last. All right, guys, we're gonna get this one reset, see if we can just keep on picking them up as they come through on these crossovers. Again, same thing, this one. Now this one being out of water, this is what I was talking about earlier. The waters, you can tell right here is where they've always used this dam to cross over. So we're just gonna take that trap. On this one, we're just gonna set it just right in the water. It's probably not 3 inches under the water. As long as that thing's out of the water, they're gonna come up here. The bank really doesn't start dropping off till we get here. So somewhere, as that beaver swims up here, somewhere about right in here, he's gonna put his foot down and he's gonna start walking, taking steps, and that's when he's gonna hit our trap and go down. So there's that set remade. And this is a good example too. I was talking about when I come in here, don't disturb it and just use their crossovers that they're naturally using anyway, they've been using. You would think an animal coming down this ditch would swim down here, this water flowing over the dam here, he'd just go right over the top of where that water's flowing. But when I first come out here 4 days ago and set this up, this wasn't flowing like this. There was actually a dam across here. And then we got a big heavy rain that first night, and that big heavy rain washed that part of the dam out. And with me catching them in here at the same time, they haven't come back to repair this spot. But the whole time they've lived here, they've used this trail to cross this dam. So that's what they continue to do. They continue to come right here to this one spot and cross, and I'll continue to pick them up as they do.